Hello again, and welcome everybody as we return from the break. This is BisuDagger on the microphone, and we are getting ready to go into Group D. This is going to be Hiya versus Hero on Circuit Breaker, our staple, most largest map. It is going to be a fun one indeed. Can these TVZ players just go head-to-head, and who is going to win? I'm very excited to see the results, as I'm sure you guys are too. It's been a wonderful day of the Sonic Star League. Espinu Star League to be exact. This is SSL11, and I can't wait to see who's going to end up being the overall winner of this tournament. So many good players, and especially in Group D, Bisu, Hero, Hiya, and Larva are all in a group together. Can you believe that? What luck. These top 4 players, I guarantee you, these are some of the best players in the world. And now we're going to see one of the best Terrans versus one of the rising best Zerg players. Hero, he's been in the mix for a really long time, but he's kind of had here and there results, ran into the trouble of playing against Terran. So we're looking at top spawn positions for both players here. Hero is going to be spawning at the top left, and I'm sure he's going to be going for a hatch first build, try and stay a little bit more conservative, versus Hiya, who is going to be spawning at the top right location as the Terran player. And what are both players going to go for? Hiya is a player who does like to go out of bio and then stays very standard and transition into mech into the later game. He's got really strong bio play, so I don't doubt that he will continue to keep that up. Meanwhile, Hero, while he has had those TVZ troubles, like I said, or ZVT to say in the correct order, I think that he is capable of taking this game. He's kind of been scary lately. Now, he went like 1 for 9 against Mind, or 1 for 10, I think, against Mind just recently. And that's the only Terran player that's really been able to stop him, though. But you're talking about a player who doesn't lose to Zerg. Mind has that 80% win rate. We saw him earlier tackle effort and just completely dominate that game. So yes, now actually, he actually has an 82% win rate with the update of the effort win. Okay, but look at this. If we're looking at Hero, he's defeated great players like C and Monk and last recently in tournaments, including winning one tournament. So, as you can see, Hero's in a really good position. Meanwhile, Hiya's been relatively unseen. Since his nice round of 4 finish, which is why he's been seeded into this round of 16, we don't know how good he's really been performing. So we're going to have to wait and see. And if you look at the ELO charts, Hiya's really low on the ELO charts too. Oh, so okay. So the drone is going to get inside of this base, try and attack on this SCV, or maybe delay it, but nope. It looks like he is going to get chased away. And there is a barrack stun. This is still looking like a standard bio-style build. There hasn't been a fast gas yet, so it's not going to be, it's not going to be an early factory or anything. And we are seeing that this is looking to be, there's a little bit of a late gas, I would say, for a heavy 2-base all-in muta type play. But I'm still thinking that 2-base mutas would work really well. That standard third hatchery coming down. Now this is where the gas is kicking in. And maybe what taking that later gas has allowed Hero to do is get a few more drones and that additional macro hatchery earlier on. And I really like that decision to go for the better mineral economy first, and then he can catch up by actually double gassing at the same time and mining from both extractors. Oh, there's a little happy couple sitting in the stands there, and a couple people with their face masks in the crowd. I know that there's the Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome going around, something like MERS. And I'm pretty close to accurate. I think it's MIRS though. And so a lot of the Koreans are having to wear face masks and keep themselves healthy. So just pray for the Korean players out there, along with everybody else, that they can remain healthy. I'm not sure if you guys were aware of the current events around the world. So that's just something to keep in mind. In fact, there's a StarCraft 2 player from China who actually recently announced that he was not going to compete in Korea for a KESPA Cup because he did not want to risk getting sick, and the Chinese government wouldn't let him travel at the risk of him catching a disease and bringing it back into China. So I guess they're putting on a little bit of a travel embargo right now. So the links are out for Hero. And that's not a lot of Marines. In fact, these Marines are separated from the herd. Oh, they're going to pass right past that Overlord. Overlord's going to be just inside of a hidden view here, so the Marines won't see them. And there's no medic. So they have to return home. That's just the fact. But there is an academy coming up. And I wonder if he's going to go for a faster engineering bay too, so he can get the +1 upgrades on his Marines. And the Marines are going to be staying at home here. Meanwhile, Mutas is going to be the choice for Hero. We saw that the Spire is going to be on the way. It's a great follow-up to Lair, and he does have both gases. So how quickly is he going to get those Mutas out is the question, and what damage can he get done? Hiya's a player that doesn't really necessarily lose to Mutas. He's got great defense. In fact, whether it's PvT or TVZ, Hiya has shown that he can defend against early aggression. There was a really great best of 5, I think it was, against Bisu, where Hiya had some really incredible holds and came back from what looked like a devastating, would be a devastating 3-0 victory for Bisu into a 3-2 win for himself. Oh, and these Links are getting inside this natural base, and actually he's going to pick off one of those Firebats, and he's just going to scurry his way around the other Firebat and going inside of the main base here. Another Link does follow along. That Firebat just not quick enough, and he doesn't stim the Firebat. Awkwardly enough, I think he should have stimmed the Firebat to kill off those Zerglings a little bit quicker here. And now the harassment is going down. He does kill off another Marine, and these SCVs are going to get attacked. He might be able to delay one more barracks, so only 2 racks play. And look at that, 3 Sunkets already finished up for Hero, so Hero looks like he's going to be able to defend any aggression at the front. Meanwhile, he's delaying any reinforcements by using this continued harassment here. Oh my! He almost got one more SCV inside of that natural base, but he was unable to. Wow. Hero looking so good, so strong early on in this game. Meanwhile, the upgrades are going to start kicking in. Stim is, I think it might be done, but range upgrade is the generic follow-up when you know that Mutas are going to be the threat in this TVZ matchup. Meanwhile, where is the third going to be taken? That's one of those things that you have to think about as you're going to transition forward out of the early game into the mid. Oh, Hero, no! Hero misrallied his Mutas. The Mutas got lots of damage taken. And that was very fortuitous for Hiya. Was that the moment where Hero lost this game because he took so much damage here? But it looks like he's going to be dealing with the Muta micro of Hero right now. And Hiya, can he hold on? He only has 2 medics here. And if he catches Marines in the wrong spot, Hero can take advantage of that and kill off that the Marine forces. But there is a Firebat being sent down to the bottom left. Very smart move by Hiya. But unfortunately for Hiya, one Firebat, even with Stim, is not going to be able to kill off that hatchery. What it is going to do, it's going to be a poke, it's going to be a prod, it's going to be a pestering moment for Hero to deal with. And eventually he's going to have to send some sort of unit down there to kill off those Firebats. But meanwhile, the micro from these Marines not going to be good enough. He actually killed off all the medics, and now there's going to be unmedicked Marines attacking into these Mutas, and the Mutas are going to just be in too strong of a form here, microing really well. Hero is going to be able to dwindle down that force once again. The final medics, they're going to have to heal each other with their flashlights, but it's not going to be good enough. The medics are going to go down too, and the bioforces have been cut down to nil. Only a few Marines sitting inside of that natural base, and Hiya looks like he's going to be in a lot of trouble trying to mask those turrets inside of his natural base and possibly at his main. This is a critical moment for Hero. Is he going to be able to take advantage of the fact that he has the higher unit count? Eliminating that Marine or Firebat down at the bottom left, that is a really good choice here. The Firebat's going to be bringing back, or the Mutalist's going to be bringing themselves back towards the natural base to regroup with the Zerglings here. And Hiya's going to have to go for a real big hold. He doesn't have any mech with his army right now. He doesn't have tanks out. And so this is going to be a really, really tricky situation. If Hiya can get to tanks, though, he might be able to hold off the relentless attacks of Hero. And I haven't mentioned how hard it is to be casting a game between Hiya and Hero, because 2 H names gets rather complicated. So Starport is on the way, and the advantage of having that Starport is when a Radiate does come out, it can kill off Mutas really fast, especially if your splitting is not perfect. So you have to constantly baby your Mutas as soon as the Science Vessels are out. That or build Scourge, because Scourge are extremely useful here. So the Marines are going to be pushing out along with the medics and trying to pick off more mutas here. The mutas get a few Marines here, but are they going to want to engage on this bridge? The bridge actually causes some AI pathing issues for these Marines here and do not allow them to bunch up in an optimal manner. So lurkers are going to be camping outside of this bridge and instantly scanned. Hiya using flash goes to scans and actually knows that the lurkers are going to be planted down there, does not want to push across that bridge. Meanwhile, there still are lings and mutas that can push across if they wanted to anyway, and a few more lurkers are going to be coming out to apply pressure towards this natural base. Meanwhile, Hive Tech is going to be on the way. Another hatchery is morphing, and it looks like Hero is going to be putting himself in an even better position. As you see, he secures his third very, very safely. He does not have to have any bad trades to keep that third base. Generally, you see that the Terran is out on the map and that Zerg is kind of cramped up inside their base. The same way Mind was able to do it against the Effort. But Hiya not able to pull off that kind of aggression and map control. Hero is the one who's been completely controlling this game. He is using that 300 to 400 APM that we usually see very good against Protoss. He's finally showing that maybe he's figured out the secret. He understands the Terran matchup a little bit more here. If he's able to come out on top, it would give him a huge advantage, and possibly he will advance from this group. Which the predictions before the tournament started would be that Hiya would advance over Hero and be the second player to advance with Bisu in this group. But Hero, because he's so good at ZVP, he also has a chance to maybe beat Bisu and advance first in Group D. So, very difficult group to tell here, but it's not over. I'm telling you, Hiya, he's a very solid player. He's coming out with his Science Vessel play. So many lurkers on the run here, trying to get them pushed back, and now they have burrowed one more time, and the siege tanks are just constantly sieging right in range of the lurkers, and constantly he has to hopscotch them back towards his base. Hero, though, that was a pretty cool first-person view that we were seeing there, but now we're resuming to see the entire war that is going on here. And these mutas are trying to pop in here and get as many shots off as they can. But really what needs to be done is these tanks need to be dealt with. As soon as the tanks are taken out, which may require just a suicide of mutas and lings. And he is going to go in here with the lurkers too. The lings and the mutas are going to be coming up on top. And a D-Matrix on top of that tank. Is the tank going to survive here? This is a critical moment. He needs to take out that tank. And finally, all the mutas are done though. All the mutas are taken out. Did Hiya do it? Has he carved his way back into this game? So many lurkers are dying too. But there's no tanks in with this army. The tanks are key. And, dropship is going to be coming in. Oh, wow. Oh, he needs to run that away so fast. Can he drop the Marines out? The final Scourge does take out that dropship. Lings are going to take out the Marines. And Hiya loses an dropship full of Marines. Unfortunately, he did not get any damage done. And that's going to hurt him even more. It seems like he does have enough barracks now inside of his natural base to continue to reinforce, though, and get lots of bio. Oh, wow, these medics are kind of cut at the front, away from the army. All the Marines are going to be there unhealed. What is Hiya doing? He's not even bringing them back to be in with his army. He's just trying to hide them medics. I think that was a huge micro mistake, and the fact that the medics were way away from his bioforce severely hurt him. I think this may have been the act of shooting himself in the foot, if that was the moment. And so now a few of the medics managed to make it back to the Marines, but these lurkers are going to do so much damage, applying pressure on the front. And are they going to be able to make it across that bridge? The Defiler is out. The Swarm is about to emerge and put the Terran under fire. Dark Swarm is going to be the bane of Hiya's existence. And meanwhile, another dropship play may start to occur. It looks like Hiya trying to get some more damage done. I love the fact that he's trying to think of many ways that he can harass Hero's economy, because he's not able to get inside. Oh, Dark Swarm, though, he's able to safely put those lurkers under, and I think that he might end up losing a siege tank. Meanwhile, all the Marines and medics are going to get killed off just by lings at the top. Wow, what a hold. Hiya able to manage those lings in that massive attack at the top, but that was an okay trade because the lings aren't too costly, especially with the fact that Hero is working on a fourth base right now. Okay, so the dropship is able to land Marines at the main base, and is he going to be able to deal with this? Hero, he's got to send some units to the top left and deal with it. He's got so many links piled up though, and they're going to come in for an engagement. Only one medic here. I feel like that medic's not going to be strong enough, but the links, they all get, the initial wave is going to get killed off, and this is a great way to detract the army from the natural base, which is constantly getting lots of pressure from Hero. And finally, the links do come in here, forcing a Dark Swarm out from the Defiler. But while the Defiler's home, he might as well use that Dark Swarm to the best of his ability. Okay, so the Lurkers are in range of 1, the SCVs, and 2, the turrets. And High is looking like he has given up. Is this going to be the end? Will the Terran player fall down into the bottom half of this group along with Larva and join him with that 0-1 record in Group D? This is looking pretty incredible. A great game by Hero, and actually running his Scourge by, he's going to hit these science vessels. He does take out 1. Okay, so 1 science vessel down, still sitting with 2, but the Lurkers are going to get irradiated, and he needs to keep them away from the other Lurkers that weren't irradiated here. Oh my god, so many Zerglings running into the base now, and they're going to get freely up here. There's nothing to stop it. The SCVs weren't blocking up that ramp because they would die immediately to the Lurkers here, and the Swarm is inside of the main base. This is it. GG. Getting run over like you failed on a campaign. Hiya losing to Hero, and that would be the end of that. So thank you all for watching this game with me. Wow, can you believe that Hero defeated Hiya? He's looking so good against Terran. And just imagine, he's a decent ZVZ player, and he will be up against Larva, and then a great ZVP player. And if he can beat Bisu, then Hero might be a top contender for winning this whole tournament. I mean, don't hold your breath, but seriously, Hero's looking good and scary. Everybody who is a fan of a player who has to play against Hero, be worried, because this guy is not going away. Alright, thank you guys for watching this entire tournament. This is the SSL Round of 16 Day 2, and that concludes Group D. Come back Wednesday, July 8th to watch Hero versus Larva and a ZVZ on Group D. And I think that will be really telling about who's going to advance from this group. So that's going to be the end of the cast. Again, I am BisuDagger, and I thank you all for watching this with me. And I hope you all can have a great weekend and come back for this cast next Wednesday. I will probably be here with Amazing XKCD. If you missed any of the previous videos, please watch them on VODs. And that's it. Goodbye.